a woman. We are women.
Yes, you are a woman.
Those are two
You
different
are
words,
women.
though. No, not like that. Not like that.
So as you can see, we're having some very intellectual discussions. Pronunciation. It varies
Hashtag
from
English teacher.
hashtag English teacher. Yeah. Hello everybody, Alex here from Ninja Teacher, and I'm back here in Saigon after going back home for the holidays. I'm at the Ninja Teacher Rooftop where we are about to have another of our welcoming events. Phew, they go so quickly. Between one and another, time just seems to fly, and it was just a little under a month ago that we had our previous one, and I've just been away for 2 weeks, but now it feels like I've hardly been away because I just got back and dived straight back into the action. But overall it's good because we are on our way to a good 2019. 2019 is going to be a busy but exciting year. We've got a lot planned for Ninja Teacher Academy. We've got courses on almost every single month of this year, and if you're looking to sign up for one of those, make sure to do that soon because March course is almost filled up and other ones are going to fill up very soon. But tonight I'm just trying to get everything organized last minute as usual. We've got a keg for this month's students, and I actually thought it was quite funny because one of the comments on the last video I did about our rooftop party was something like, oh, I'm glad you guys are training people to be quality teachers, more like quality alcoholics or something like that. And I thought about that and I was like, well, it's kind of ridiculous because you don't have to always be working hard. Obviously you want to have fun sometimes, and having a few drinks on an awesome rooftop like this is a great way to start your experience in Vietnam and also get to meet some new people, mingle, shake off those social cobwebs. Maybe you've got some jet lag, and a beer or some wine will really go down very well. So here at Ninja Teacher, we do actually focus on quality education. That's why we run a fully 4-week in-class course. And I was speaking to the students that just arrived today about this, and they basically agreed with what I'm always saying about why it's important to do a 4-week in-class course or any in-class course. We have previously offered this 2-week in-class course, which was actually really great, but we will be focusing on the 4-week class this year because there's just so much information to pack in, and 2 weeks just isn't enough to get you from not having taught English before to being a fully qualified, competent, capable, effective, efficient teacher in the classroom, because you do have to step into the classroom and do one of those demonstration classes before a school hires you. So you literally have to teach a good class before you get hired, and that will determine if you get hired or not. So you kind of do want to go through a good quality training so that you're ready to step into the classroom. And I get kind of surprised when people say, oh, you know, I'm not gonna spend the money on an in-class course. Firstly, because the price for in-class courses, the ones we're offering anyway, is really, really cheap compared to anything you could do in any other country with that amount of value packed into 4 weeks. I mean, you're getting a trainer for 4 weeks giving you very focused attention. We have small classes of 1 to 10, so this trainer is going to be there helping you for an entire month to become a good teacher. And it's really impossible to offer something that valuable in another country like the US or the UK for the price that we offer it for example. And then the other thing is, people have spent tens of thousands of dollars on education at universities, and that university degree typically hasn't taught them very many applicable skills that they can actually use in a job, unless you study, you know, accounting or law or become a doctor or something like that. Most degrees, especially humanities, even a lot of science degrees, etc., even business degrees. You know, I've seen what's in business degrees, and I run a business, and what you learn in a business degree isn't what you need to know to run a business. all of these things go to show that you're not going to get applicable skills after you've spent tens of thousands. Some people I know have $100,000 debt. That's just insane. And you don't have any actual skills that you can find a job with. So doing a month-long course in Vietnam and then getting a really well-paid job in Vietnam is something that you shouldn't balk at spending some money towards, to get a good certification and good quality training. So basically spending $1,500 to do a fully in-class course for a month that gives you the skill sets to get a job making about $1,500 per month in Vietnam, which is a very, very cheap place to live. You can live off half of that and save half of it if you want. You can also blow a lot of that money, but $1,500 in Vietnam is a good salary per month, and you can get up to $2,000 per month. You can work about 15 hours per week and still make around $1,500 at some schools. I have made a video on this explaining the hours you spend versus what salary you get, so you can check that out in detail. But essentially we normally say about 15 to 25 hours per week of teaching. You also have to lesson plan a little bit. You'll get paid about $1,200 to $2,000 per month. So that's really good, and you can easily live off $1,000 very nicely. Like, go out, become a functional alcoholic. No, I'm just kidding. Just occasionally go out, but go out to nice restaurants, eat local food, have a nice apartment, and you can do that all on less than $1,000 a month. It's really nice going home because now I'm all fired up about being back here because this is such a good opportunity. And I don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 years, but for the next year or two at least, 3 years probably, the market's going to remain the same. There's no saturation in the market. There's always a demand for teachers because teachers typically stay 1 or 2 years. Some stay longer, of course, but for most people, they aren't going to stick to one country. Even if they decide to carry on with teaching English as a career, they will probably move on to another country at some point, or move on to international school jobs, or all sorts of other career developments within the industry, or they might change careers and go back home and do something different again. And that's pretty normal. People change careers a lot these days, but that means there's a high turnover of teachers, and there's a growing market for English teachers at the same time. So anyway, some of the benefits of doing an in-class course in 2019 are getting that practical hands-on training. You get up in front of students, you get in front of your classmates first of all to practice, so you get used to being in that classroom environment and standing up in front of a class. You learn everything you need to know in terms of classroom management, grammar, activities to get people engaged, get students engaged. Basically everything you need to know on how to teach English in English, which sounds weird, but that's what you learn to do. You don't have to speak Vietnamese or Chinese or whatever in whatever country you're going to teach in to be able to teach English. It's a methodology that people can teach English in using English. Yeah. So the idea is to get you competence and confidence, and by the time you've gone through the course, you will have done many practical teaching sessions, firstly in front of your classmates, then you go out to different schools, you do at least 6 hours of practical classes in front of real students, then you actually get feedback on that teaching. And the first one people go into, they're like, oh, what am I doing? This is tough, I don't know how I did. But then 2 classes in, 3 classes in, they're feeling way more confident. And then when they finish the course, they can step into an interview, one of these practical demonstration class interviews, and you can do a good job and get hired by a good school. It's going to pay you well, pay you on time, get your visa, work permits. And then of course, doing a course in the country you're going to teach in allows you to meet all the other people, like you'll see tonight. We have really cool events going on very often. We have these meetups at our rooftop here, and you have that support system of, with us at least, the team on the ground that will help you through everything you need to know with getting started in Vietnam, finding apartments, how to do that, how to just survive in Vietnam, getting across the road, for example. It's always funny to see people when they first arrive trying to cross through the crazy traffic. And of course, you do get what you pay for. If you're paying a few $100s for an online course that's just theory, it's not going to be the same quality as an interactive, fully immersive experience, hands-on training that gets you from zero to hero. You know, it's just not comparable. So we recommend saving up and doing an in-class course. I did that before I came out to Asia. All of our team did that. Everyone that's on the team now came through Ninja Teacher, and then they were hired by Ninja Teacher. So, you know, you're gonna get the same advice from any of us. And I don't think I've ever heard someone who did the course say, oh, I wish I'd actually just saved the money and done an online course. Just do some bartending and waitering and stuff and save up a bit of money on the side, and you'll have a way, way better experience than trying to arrive in Vietnam with this online certificate that's just a bunch of theory in your head. Even the weekend combined ones, if you think you're really going to get much of a chance to get better in that weekend session, those combined courses, you're really not. And so you're going to arrive with a bunch of theory in your head and, you know, a certificate in your hand and kind of be like, what now? And, you know, I know that even a couple of students this month had a hard time the first few days, and that's even with us meeting up with them for lunches, making sure they're doing okay, being available like 24 hours to support them. So I probably forgot some of the things because I always do. I'm always talking about this, but you know, there's just like 100 reasons why we think it's a better option to do, and why we have a TEFL Academy in Vietnam, why we run Ninja Teacher Academy, is because it's the best way to get started. And actually, just as a note, because we want people to realize that it's not because we're behind the times, we actually have built up an online portion that you can access when you're doing the course. It's got extra resources. It's a really great platform that we use. So we're actually starting to add that into our in-class course, but it's really, you know, 90% still in-class course, but having these extra resources online will really give you an advantage in being able to study a little bit of extra material on the side while you're doing the course. So I don't know, we'll see in the future, but for now we're sticking to a fully in-class course for 2019 because this is the best offer that we can possibly give you guys, especially with the job support afterwards. We give you some job coaching on how to get a job, and then we have a network of schools that we connect you with to set up interviews with. We also give you access to our database of schools so you can go ahead and reach out to different schools yourself too. And it's really, you know, we're there to help you all the way from when you first sign up with us until you arrive in Vietnam. And yeah, I think that's about it. Oh yeah, arrive in Vietnam, take the course, and then help you find a job. And then you're on your own. No, then we still got the community, and we try and have lots of events, so you always get to meet new people and have a great time out here. Alright, so I will get out of here now because I need to finish setting up for the event, and I will film a little bit so you guys can see some of the nights. So make sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos about teaching English in Vietnam and life abroad out here, and I will speak to you very soon. Peace.
Well, like there's 3 of you now, so like...
Yes! We're just gonna nerd out talking about cameras, and Angie's here, everyone's here, we're gonna head out. How's the little meetup been?
Fantastic,
and the beer is fantastic.
Yes, craft beer in Vietnam, as Eddie's video talked about. I still haven't watched it actually.
Cut that